Missing someone. Missing someone. Missing someone.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Melissa. If you're new here, I make videos on teaching, lifestyle, and vlogs. And today I'm going to be recording a video on Netflix suggestions. So I felt like what a better time to do this during quarantine. I know a lot of us have like a lot of time on our hands, and Netflix is obviously always a good pastime. So I'm gonna be making a few suggestions on things that I have watched on Netflix that I really enjoyed. And I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you're interested in hearing more about what I have watched on Netflix and what I think are a good pastime, then please keep on watching. Okay, so the first, well, what I'm going to talk about are different categories. So I broke this up into 3 different categories. The first category is TV and series, so either stuff that's on TV or like Netflix series. The next category is movies, and the last category that I have are documentaries or documentary series. So I put 4 within each category. I made a list that was like way longer than this, but I was just like, okay, I can't talk about every single thing. So I just broke it down to basically like my top 4, or they might not all be top 4, basically like more relevant, so maybe things that have come onto Netflix more recently. So the first category I'm gonna be talking about is TV and series, and the number 1 thing that I put was something that I watched recently, and it's called Unorthodox. So Unorthodox is a Netflix series that is pretty short. I believe there are 4 episodes. I might be wrong. 4 or 8. I think it's 4. I think they're a little bit longer, but I think it's 4. I could be wrong, but it's short, okay? Basically, I watched this series in one day. So if you have time on your hands, you can definitely watch the series in one day. And the reason that I watched this series in one day is because I could not stop watching. It is so good, you guys. So I'm not gonna give too much away about each thing I talk about, just because obviously you can go on Netflix and search it up, you know, read the description. But Unorthodox is just, it hits on every level. So, you know, it has its romance, it has its political content, it has just like societal issues, and I think it was just filmed so well. The cast is really great. I even watched the like how they made it after, and I thought that was really good. That was only about 25 minutes. So if you watch this series, I suggest you watch that after. It's also on Netflix. But yeah, so Unorthodox, 10 out of 10 recommend. Number 2 is Narcos Mexico. So if you're somebody who likes action, crime, you know, like the political context, societal issues, and that's based on true story, Narcos Mexico is amazing. So this series is a little bit longer. I believe there's 2 seasons now, and every episode is about 45 minutes long, so it's a good watch. You're not gonna watch this in one day, definitely, and I feel like it's a little bit heavy to watch it all in one day. This is something that I can watch again because it's so like jam-packed with information and stuff, so you can definitely watch it again. It's not a light series, so if you want to watch something that's more light, this isn't it. But it's a lot of drama. And it's very interesting. So yeah, I definitely recommend Narcos Mexico. Number 3 is light compared to these other 2, is Queer Eye. So I'm somebody who really enjoys like home decor. This show is not just based on home decor, it's also based on just like self-love, positive attitudes, being the best version of yourself. It hits all of those things. Every episode is a different story, so like a different different person. It's kind of like they're, you know, like they're giving this person a makeover, but not just their clothes or looks. They dig deeper into it. And the cast, like the people, or the host, I guess, they're awesome. So I would definitely recommend Queer Eye as a light watch. If you just feel like watching something that makes you feel happy, Queer Eye is a great show to watch. And number 4, my last suggestion for TV or series is Love is Blind. So this one obviously is different from the last 3. Love is Blind is one of those series that you watch and think like, this is stupid, but I have to keep watching. Yeah, it's kind of like The Bachelor. It's more like reality TV. It's cheesy and it's dumb at times, but like I said, you just like want to keep watching. There's only 1 series of this, so this is definitely something you could watch, you know, like short term. But yeah, my husband and I watched that and we couldn't stop watching it just because it's like you needed to know what was going to happen. Yeah, so I suggest Love is Blind. Okay, so my next category is movies. So obviously there's an abundance of movies on Netflix and there's no way you can watch them all. My movies suggestion, like my list, was so long. I'm only going to talk about 4. And the first movie that I'm going to talk about is a movie that I can say is one of my favorite movies, and it's End of Watch. If you've never seen End of Watch, please watch it. So this movie used to be on Netflix years ago, and it's something that I would watch all the time. Like if I was getting ready or if I was cooking, I had it playing in the background because I just enjoy this movie so much. And then it was taken off Netflix and I was so upset because I really love watching that movie. I think it's just a great movie. And they put it back this year, so it's now back on Netflix. So if you've never seen End of Watch, it is a movie about LAPD and gangs within LA. I don't believe it's based off a true story. I don't think so. You know, it's a made-up story, but it's a really good storyline. There are some, you know, I don't want to give it away. Just watch it. Okay, number 2 is Gridiron Gang. So this is a movie that I really enjoy watching just because it makes me feel good. It makes me feel motivated, especially because I'm an educator and I work with students. It's not about education at all. It's about juveniles or youth that, you know, maybe grow up in a rough area and they don't make the best decisions and end up incarcerated. But it's just a feel-good movie, you know. It has like a good ending. It has a lot of life lessons within it, and it's something that I enjoy watching because it makes me feel good about the students that I work with, or, you know, making a difference within students' lives. So Gridiron Gang is a really good movie to watch. Okay, number 3 is a romantic comedy. So if you're into that, or you're just something light to watch, is She's Out of My League. So this movie is definitely, it's funny. It's a funny movie, but there is romance involved in it, and I think it's a good movie to watch. Like if you're feeling like you want to watch something light and funny, then She's Out of My League I definitely recommend. Okay, number 4. If you've never watched this movie before, what? La Bamba. Classic. You have to watch La Bamba. If you've never seen this movie, like, get on Netflix right now and watch La Bamba. It's an old movie. Okay, so it's not a new movie, it's an old movie. It is about the life of Richie Valens. Okay, and my last category is documentaries or documentary series. Okay, I had a lot in this, and I will say that my list is a little bit biased. It's like all about crime, I'm sorry. But these are my top 4 documentaries or documentary series that I feel are on Netflix right now. Number 1 is The Trials of Gabriel Fernandez. So if you're unfamiliar with this case, it hits home because it's so close to home. So this case took place in Palmdale, California, which is not too far from where I live. So it's about 45 minutes to an hour outside of LA. And it's heartbreaking, you guys. So if you're somebody, you know, I know a lot of people that couldn't handle watching this because it's so sad. But I think it's important to watch because it's an issue that is ongoing. And it's heartbreaking. You definitely cry through this series, through this whole series. But it's such a good series. I think they did a really good job on this series. Because, you know, there are other series out there that, you know, the crime that is, the case that is spoken about might be a popular case, and you don't feel like the documentary did it justice. But I feel like this documentary series did really well. So it's a pretty long series. I think it's about 8 to 12 episodes. I could be wrong. And they're about an hour long. It's a really good series. So if you can handle something like this, I would definitely suggest watching this. Number 2 is something that has been on Netflix for a while now, but it's still relevant. Making a Murderer. Did this series make me mad? Yes, it did. Oh my gosh. It's crazy. It's so crazy. I don't know. I tried watching it again, but it kind of makes me mad. But yeah, Making a Murderer is about a case that did not take place in California. It took place in Wisconsin. But it's a really good series and I definitely recommend it. Number 3, this one also made me really mad. This one is the type of case that is so unbelievable. Abducted in Plain Sight. Okay, if you have not seen this, you need to see this. This is another series. I feel like all of these are kind of hard to watch. Well, maybe not the last one. But it's also like addicting. Like, well, I need to know what happens now. I need to know the end. This one went into a lot of detail, just like the trials of Gabriel Fernandez went into a lot of detail. It's just crazy. I don't want to share what the cases are about because like if you go on to Netflix and you watch the little previews, you know, you'll get the gist of it. But yeah, that one's crazy. Number 4 is a series that is not based on one case, and it's called Killer Women. So obviously women who have murdered. That one, I like that one. It's pretty good. It's like interview based, and every episode is a different case. It's a different person. So if you're somebody who's like, I don't want to watch a series that's on one case that goes into full details, I kind of just want like, just, you know, give me the basis of it, this is a show to watch if you're into watching like things on crime or murders. Killer Women, I think they did a really good job on this to give you the gist of everything within one episode. So like I said, every episode is a different case. So those are my suggestions. Like I said, my list was super long, but I just didn't want to make this video really long. And if any of you have watched any of this and you want to talk about it, please comment down below. If you have any suggestions for me based off my list, please comment down below. I want to know. So if there's something that I didn't mention in here, I might have watched it already and I just didn't put it on my list, but I might have not watched it. So please give me suggestions as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I just wanted to make like a fun video, you know, to pass the time while we're in quarantine. If you guys have any suggestions on what type of videos you want me to film, please leave them down below. I really appreciate the suggestions, and I'm willing to make videos that you guys want to watch. If you have any questions, please let me know. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video.